Hey, what's up, people? Today is February 5th, Saturday, 2022. Alright, today we're going to talk about funny shit when I was younger, with my friends, the people I grew up with. Most of them didn't write graffiti, like I said. Criminals, man. I loved them. Like when I was growing up, I didn't have friends, really. They couldn't relate to me, They want to run around and do normal shit, and I'm like, fuck, it was boring to me, man. I was a criminal at birth, man, But then, yeah, it's like the way people find each other, like birds of a feather flock together. It's like I met up with them dudes, man. I was off to the races, man. They all, little wild motherfuckers. And here's three funny stories. One's about us catching a pocketbook thief, our good deed to society. The other is about M.I., I believe. Yeah, M.I., we caught his ass out there robbing radios in the neighborhood. I personally didn't catch him, but he used my name to try and swindle it out when they caught his ass and they were robbing him. He used my name and PK's name. And BRAER, TPT, he started working up the block from where we hung out, and we got wind of that shit. I don't know, I guess he probably quit the job or got fired or something. He got a bunch of criminals busting in there and shit. Shit was pretty wild. But anyway, alright, let's get into it. First, we're going to start with the pocketbook thief. Now, I must have been about 17, 18 years old. And we're hanging out near, actually right up the block from John Jay Park, in front, like, to the end of the Pavilion, which is a big building on, like, 78th Street, 77th Street. It's the same building I was talking about before that Michael Rappaport lives in. I believe he actually still lives in that. Just from his last footage, someone threw a snowball at him, bounced off Michael Rappaport's head. And that's right here, like, that's right up there, about 10, 15 blocks from where I'm sitting right now. So I believe he's probably still living there. Anyway, it's none of my business. But that's where this crime took place. The guy, alright, there's a guy jogging towards us. There's about 6 or 7 of us. He's jogging on the sidewalk. We're all leaning against cars and maybe sitting on mailboxes and shit, hanging out, doing what teenagers do. Or what we did normally. We see a guy running towards us. And then all of a sudden, off in the distance, we see an elderly lady. It's like a cliche, but yeah, old women get their pocketbook snatched. So she's yelling, he took my pocketbook and this and that. And still to this day we joke about that shit, whoever's still alive. I'm like, oh, he's got my pocketbook, stop him. Because, that's what she yelled. So one of us put our foot out as the guy got equal to where we were. One of us put our foot out. I fell. Boom! He hit the concrete. We jumped on this dude like white on rice, man. I remember that shit like it was yesterday, man. We beat the fuck out this dude. John, JJ, John Zavolas, God rest his soul, man. He had a fucking full-face helmet, but the visor was broken off him. And he was holding it like this, just smashing this fucking dude in the head, man. I remember his head, like, it actually split open, and it was like I could see the guy's skull. I remember thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, that's like how the Indians would be able to scalp you. Like, I actually could see how you could perform an act of, like, scalping someone. I was like, this shit. And the dude's eyeball was, like, protruding out the side of his head. Like, you had people hitting that dude with fucking bicycle locks and all types of shit, garbage cans, like, the dude's leg, it was like not even straight no more, it was broken, like, so, this dude was fucked up, man. He was moaning, he was missing teeth and shit, his nose was all broken, like, we fucked this dude up, man. And you gotta realize, I'm actually older than most of those dudes. Like, I'm like 2 or 3 years older than them, so if I'm 17, they're like 15, 14, 13 and shit. Yeah, it was crazy shit, man. We fucking beat the fuck out that dude, man. And then, like, the lady's pocketbook, when the lady catches up to where we are, and, she's even, like, trying to stop us, like, she's trying to stop us, like, all right, the cops are coming, let them do their job and shit, So, I skimmed my eyes around to look for the pocketbook. I wanted to calm her down and give her the pocketbook back, but that shit was gone. One of us took that shit, For real. I started thinking, who was here that's not here now. Like I just wanted in on the cut. I mean, But if I'd seen the pocketbook right there and she's right there, of course I would have handed it to her. But if it's like 10 minutes later, 3 blocks away, man, it's mine, man, whatever, But yeah, one of us got the pocketbook anyway. I remember that shit, man. The cops started coming down the block. I was like, yo, come on, John, let's get out of here. It was a bunch of us, man. It was about 5 or 6 of us, maybe. Maybe even more, man. We were beating the fuck out. So all of a sudden, this guy, Marty. Now, Marty's father was a very high-ranking, like, homicide detective. You'd see him in the newspapers. Like, this dude really was solving some serious shit. This dude was a big-time detective for, like, homicide or some shit. Or maybe it was, like, theft or something. But he was high up there, man. He'd be on the news and shit like that sometimes. This dude was really locking motherfuckers up. This guy, Marty's father. So Marty comes over, like, with the police instinct in him and shit. He comes over. He's like, all right, guys, come on now. Hey, stop it. Enough. Hey, the cops are here, So, like, we see the cops. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, we all run into the park. And we, like, start climbing around on monkey bars and riding around the swings and acting like, goo-goo. Like, we're just little kids, We all do was fucking half dead, And I remember Marty, man. He, like, wanted to take credit for it. We're like, yeah. Go ahead, Marty. You got this, Marty was like, oh, valiant. Like, yeah. Now, see, this is how it happened. Like, I remember peeking, like, I was in the park peeking, like, the cops were talking to him and shit, It was like an ambulance pulled up, but, I bet you that motherfucker took up a different fucking line of work after that shit. He probably ain't snatched no pocketbook, man. That's like a punk move, man. But yeah, it's just the wrong place at the wrong time, man. That's what I should name this video, because all these people were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, man. And we were young, man. Young motherfuckers, man. Young, man. Yeah, we were young, man. Like I said, I might even have been like 17, 16 or something. I was older than them. I was older than most of them guys, man. Yeah. That shit was crazy, man. But, I love them dudes, man. Those are my people, man. I'll tell you. Like I said, I wasn't good at making friends, man, but when I hooked up with them dudes, man, I felt loved, man. We had love, man, Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Good people, man. Good times, man. Y'all out there, man, I love you, man. We did some shit, man. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. The battery just, like, I don't know. The battery's charged on this thing and the cards in it and everything. It just stopped. My son's not here. It's audio difficulties. Anyway, yeah, we're beating the fuck out of this dude, man. And I remember, John's got the helmet, and he's smashed. There's a few others there. But John, he's passed away, so I could include him in the story. I don't want to get, people thinking back to their childhoods and shit. But anyway, yeah, we're fucking this dude up 6 ways till Sunday. Then I remember Marty comes over. At this point, the cops are actually on York Avenue, turning down the block that we're on. So you can actually see them making that turn. So at this point, I'm like, let me get the fuck out of here. Like, this dude was destroyed, man. Yeah, he was so badly beat up. So then Marty, I'm not going to use his last name, but people know Marty. His father was actually a very high up ranking detective, I believe, from like the homicide unit for the police department in New York City. So he's like, he's acting like, I got this here. Like, he thinks he's going to get patted on the head for this shit. He's going to be like, like a good boy or something. I'm like, that dude's like half dead, man. I'm getting the fuck out of here. So Marty's like, I got it there, ma'am. I'll take care of this. And the cops pull up, and we're like, we just disappeared, man. Like, some of us started climbing on the monkey bars and shit like that in the park, and a few of us started playing handball and shit like that. I remember that fucking Marty, boy. He goes, you see that. Plus, the woman's pocketbook is nowhere to be found. Like, that shit was hilarious, man. I love my fucking people, man. We used to do some funny shit, man. That was funny shit, man. That poor bastard. He was, it was almost like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. Like, that fucking guy was like, he was happy to see the cops. Like, please lock me up. Please lock me up. Like, I mean, like how the cartoons are. Like, no, he's not in the oven. That shit was crazy, man. That was funny shit. Yeah. Beat that fucking dude an inch of his life, man. That was funny shit, man. Right there in front of the pavilion. That's where it was. The building is the pavilion. That's the same building that Michael Rappaport used to live in. I see him on there. He's still popping all this crazy shit. He's ratting on shoplifters now. when shoplifters are stealing at a Target, he's like, look, he's stealing. Yeah, that dude, I don't know. Like, I swear, since like he was like 9, 10 years old, like he told on me, like got me locked up for like fireworks and shit. I was throwing blockbusters in the pavilion in the Watertown. Fucking that rat bastard. Anyway, like there's one story. Then you had these dudes from Astoria, Queens, right? Like PK. You see now, those dudes used to rip through car radios like crazy, man. All them dudes from Queens, man, they were car thieves. They were stealing radios out of everything, man. Them dudes were thieves, man, straight up. I guess what you could call is, like grand theft. Yeah. Grand theft auto. Yeah, you like them fucking games. Them dudes ain't fucking around, man. They would steal like 12, 15 fucking radios each a night. Like during the beginning of that car. And each radio, they'd get $100 for it, man. That's like good shit, man. For like 4 or 5 hours worth of work, man. Them dudes were killing it. Yeah, man. I'll tell you, like KK1 357, Rost 357, Bice, Brother Bice, Sear, S-E-R-E, Sear 357, and you had Form, Chinese Form, QV. I did a lot of graffiti with him, man. I don't know whatever happened to him. I know he had a bad deal in life, man. A few family members passed away and shit. And last I saw him when I was actually married. This Form, Kaser, QV, Queens Vandals. Last time I actually saw him was like 19. I was married, and I was down near the Christmas tree with my wife. So this was anywhere from 90 to 94, probably about 92, 93. I was down there checking out the Christmas tree with my wife. I happened to be shoplifting and stuff. I was like, hey, they got the tree up. You want to look at the tree, honey? So, yeah, that's what we do. A good shoplifting team, me and my wife. Anyway, we go and look at the Christmas tree, and the Form was actually handed us Chinese menus. I was like, yo, Tommy, what's up? And this, that, and started talking to Tommy. But anyway, yeah, all them dudes from Queens, man, big on the car radios, just breaking into cars, stealing cars, all that shit. You had Ross, you had Ken, Big King Kong Ken 357. He's still out there, man. He's doing good. I think he moved to Jersey. Yeah, you got a bunch of people from over there, man. Then you had AWE, I remember him. TPA, Party Animal. All them dudes, man, they were all robbing and SIG. All them dudes are stealing fucking radios, just breaking into cars in my neighborhood. They'd come right over the 59th Street Bridge, start breaking into cars. So originally, the older guys, like I told you, the dudes that used to pick on RTW and shit like that, them dudes ain't fucking around. They were like pretty pissed at these car radio thieves, and they were breaking in all these cars and shit, stealing shit. So they wanted to kill these motherfuckers. So I remember I actually met PK first. And I'm not down with the older guys. I'm with the younger dudes. You know what I mean? And I'm a graffiti writer. So I met PK. I swear, I came out my building that I live in on 62nd Street. It was 344 East 62nd Street I used to live. Coming out the building with my dog, Shannon. This dog was a German Shepherd Doberman mix. And so I'm coming out the fucking door, and I see a broken window with glass, and I see someone's feet kicking out of the fucking door of this car. So I'm like, yo, I grabbed the dude by the foot, and I tap him on the calf muscle. Like, yo, what the fuck you do? And my dog will tear a motherfucker up. People who remember my dog, who was that? You go get him, and she'll rip your ass up, man. Yeah, shining on a ding dong. Who was that? You go get him. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, I pull I tap PK, he looks, he's like, oh fuck, he thinks he's arrested and shit, he comes out the car. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? And I notice he's got ink on him, like a graffiti writer, So I say, yo, you write graffiti? He's like, yeah, I write PK note. I'm like, oh wow, hey, what's up, man? I'm RD, man, yo, this, that. I say, yo, I see you dudes out there killing them double R's, bro. Yo, man, yeah. He's like, yeah, I see you up on them sixes, yo, this, that. So I was like, oh, man, it was like a match made in heaven. I hung out with all them dudes. And early on, at that point, like I said, all the older dudes from 68th Street Park, actually. Yeah, like China, Sully, all them dudes, Tommy, Budva, all them dudes, they wanted to kill these fucking guys. They wanted to kill these, like, radio thieves, beat the shit out of them real bad. So they were looking for them. They actually tried to catch them a couple times, right? So... Now, I'm walking by 67th Street one day. It's about midnight, 11:30 at night. I think I'm walking my dog and shit. Walking by, and I see some of my friends from the park. They actually got some dude up against the gate. Yo, run your shit! Boom, boom, boom! Run your fucking shit! Boom, boom, boom! Right? So I'm walking by, right? And I look, and it's my friend Slater, a couple other people, you know, they're picking at some dude. They're picking on them, they're robbing them. They're just straight up robbing them, motherfucker, you know. So I see they got like a little dirt bicycle on the floor there. It's like a mongoose or something, you know. So all of a sudden, I'm walking by, and Slater's like, yo, Rob, Michael Mavroidis, one of them, like, yo, Rob. By the way, Michael Mavroidis passed away, too, not too long ago. So that's why I'm including his name and all. But Michael Mavroidis and them come up to me. They're like, yo, Rob, you know, he's like, yo, I know RD, this and that, you know. Like, yo, ask PK, I'm cool with PK. I know PK, I know RD, this, that. So they come up to me. And I'm looking at this guy. He's got like a huge Mercedes medallion. It's like this, hanging off his neck. It's like encrusted in diamonds. And he's like Greek or like Italian or something. I don't know. He's one of these dudes from Astoria. But he's got like an Aphrodite's head. You know, like the African woman with the flat top. Aphrodite. Yeah, he's got that around his neck. Like huge gold. This is when all that like LL Cool J shit was popping off with the big thick chains and shit. You know, it was like equivalent to that type of shit. It was big like that. And so, you know, they're coming over, yo, do you know this dude, this, that? And I'm not even looking at him. I'm just looking at all the jewelry. And he had a nice, like, those leather elephant skin puff things with the fucking fur collar. You know, that dude was decked out, bro. Yeah, he looked like a cuisine, you know, like someone from Bensonhurst or some shit, you know. But, oh, he's like, yo, this, that, blah, 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 blah. So I look at him, I'm like, I don't know that fucking guy. He's like, well, yo, he says he knows you and PK, man. What's the deal, man? You know, so I walk over and I'm like, yo, you know me? He's like, yo, I know PK, man. Yo, this, that, come on, man. Yo, come on, Rob. So I'm looking at his jewelry and everything. So I'm talking to the Slater and him, but I'm not trying to, like, help him out. I'm like, so how you guys divvying up that gold, man? I was like, yo, this, that. And I remember Otto was there. Yeah, and Mr. Wonderful, because they were actually wearing the Mercedes thing. They got that Mercedes thing with the diamonds, and they were rocking that shit for a few months. I guess they eventually sold it, but yeah, they just had that shit on their neck. They were wearing like t-shirts and shit, like all bummed out and shit with a fucking dope-ass gold chain. Yeah, they were rocking that shit for a hot minute. That was funny. But anyway, so I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about that dude, man. I'm like, oh, this is a good little, you know, times are hard at that point, you know. Yeah, I haven't scratched up a good score in a minute, you know. So I was like, yo, I'll get in on that shit. I'm like, oh, fuck that, man. Yo, divvy me in. You know, so I got a couple bucks out of that, which was pretty good. But yeah, that guy, he wrote graffiti too. He wrote M-I. He used to do like an M, like a bubble letter with the I, and the top of the eye, the dot on the eye would always be like a squiggly face with squiggly eyebrows. M-I. That's what he wrote. Yeah, that. Then he also had this other thing with BRAER. BRAER, TPT. Yeah, you know this guy BRAER. This was funny. We're all hanging out in the park, sitting in the park and shit, you know. So someone comes down to the park. I forget who it was. I think it was Kid One. He comes down to the park. He's like, yo, BRAER, or Miguel, you know, like Mr. Wonderful or OC or one of them. They come running down the park. They're like, yo, 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 check it out. BRAER, he's working. He's up the block, man. He's in this love store, right? I forget. So it's a bunch of us. We all get together. I'm not going to get names involved or nothing like that. But, you know, so we go into the store, you know. And it's apparently it's BRAER. I never even had problems with it. It was just like a mob mentality type thing. Like, oh, let's get him. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that shit. Kid One comes to the park. He's like, yo, BRAER's up the block. Yo, come on. You know, so we're like, yeah, all right. A couple of us got up and shit, you know. And we go over there. And this guy, he sees us. He sees me. And the other dude I'm with, very tall, big, strong fucking dude. Powerful and very agile and quick. This guy will punch you in the face and you don't even know. You won't even see it coming. But anyway, yeah, there's about 4 or 5 of us. We actually go into this Love drugstore. This guy, BRAER, he's like, oh shit. So he runs into the back of, let me see if I can actually set this thing up. But he runs into the back of a storeroom. And like, you ever see like a fence, like a graded fence? he's in the storeroom and he locks himself in it, but it's like a grated fence, right? So he's in this grated fence, and he thinks he's like all safe. So he kind of like, let me see if I can set it up like that. Yeah. So he's in this grated fence area. It's like a gate over him with like a locked door with a metal panel here, and it's like a metal grated fence. And he's in the stock room. Now the storeroom is like the size of a bathroom almost. It's not big at all. But right here, there's like cardboard boxes and shit. Right? So he's in there, my friend. He's big, like I said. He grabs the cage and shakes it like this. He's like, fuck, you know. So, yo, my man, this dude BRAER, he's like, fuck that, yo, fuck that. He's popping shit, right? So, yo, my man, pull out a PK 380. Yeah, Waller PK 380. So, the dude's like, oh, shit. He didn't think about that shit. The motherfucker's gonna pull out. And these people, man, when they pull out, they pull out. They ain't just gonna pull out to show off, man. You know? So he pulls out, right? And the dude's like, oh, shit. So he tries to hide. BRAER. It's like these boxes like this, and I'm looking, it's actually boxes of diapers. So like a bullet will go right through that shit, you know? So he's like trying to hide behind it. He's like going like this, moving like this to try and get out of the way. And my man's like this with the gun through one of the holes. He's like this, aiming that shit like, you know, like when you play those duck games, you put the quarter in it, and you move it and you shoot the ducks, you know, he's moving it around like this. Yo, that dude's like this. Like BRAER was like doing some crazy shit, and my man was just like this. And I'm like, yo, chill, man. Nah, you know, it's like not that kind of a problem. But these dudes don't rape, man. These motherfuckers straight up, you know, criminals, man. I remember that shit, man. BRAER turned white, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. He had these little round glasses on. He had a big, long, flat top like that. And he had a striped shirt. It was gold, green, red, like real African colors. Or like, yeah, African. Jamaican's a little more limited, but similar in culture. He had the whole African garb on. This was like when In Living Color was in. You know, like In Living Color. Everyone dressed real fluorescent-y. Yeah, real baggy, long shirt, man. I remember that shit, man. My man was like this. Yo, imagine that shit. Like you in a little room, bro. You like a duck on a fucking stool, bro. Literally, you're like in a crate. He's like in a room, locked in a room. Like, what's he got? A couple of diapers in front of him. He's like trying to put his body, like make it disappear, like get thin and shit. My man's just like this shit. I remember that. Then I look up front, and I'm like, oh shit, they're calling the cops. I go up front. Rip the phone out the wall. All right, attempt to, and as I'm doing that, someone's trying to grab the cash register. I remember that. I'm like, oh, I'm out of here, man. We got the fuck out of there. But yo, BRAER, he's still out there. I see him on Instagram. It was never that kind of a problem, but yeah, I remember that shit, man. BRAER almost got his ass shot, bro. Like he was literally working right up the block from where we were hanging out. That's why I get a lot of kicks out of a lot of these people, like, cause they don't go where we go, man. They talk a lot of shit with their mouth. But yeah, that shit could have been bad. BRAER, TPT. Yeah, I remember that shit, yeah. So was that three of them, right? The pocketbook thief, M.I. from Astoria. We robbed his ass. BRAER getting caught in that love store. Yeah, like he literally had a job working in a store right up the block from where we live. Now BRAER, you know, he was a little guy, man. He was young back then. He just started writing graffiti, like, and that. I had no problems with BRAER. I don't even think I ever crossed that dude out. But fuck it, it was something fun to do, you know? We'll mess with the guy, but yeah, man, that dude turned white, man. Ain't dark, man. Ain't dark-skinned dude, man. But yeah, that was some wild shit. I remember that shit. Yo, you know my friends, man, I'll tell you. Like I said, man, growing up, not too many people socialized with me. You know what I mean? I was a little nutty. But it's almost like how birds of a feather flock together, or like how, it's weird, but it's almost like someone that victimizes someone knows how to sense a victim. You know what I mean? It's almost like people, they know who to go to. You know, and it's almost like You know what it is? It's like the fucking Everglades with these Burmese pythons. Or like they had the fucking anacondas. They had a green anaconda. They found a fucking pair of green anacondas. Now what happened is some cousin fucker hillbilly probably released his green anaconda in the wild over here, God knows 100 miles down the road or some shit. And then you got some drug cartel guy that released his female anaconda up the river a little bit. Anaconda got too big or something. Released, boom, you got the motherfuckers, yo, like for real, it's like an invasive species. Like, I'm not talking about Burmese pythons, those things get, what, 12, 13 feet. I'm talking about a fucking anaconda, man. Of course, the reticulated python is the largest snake on earth. I mean, anaconda is the thickest and heaviest. The longest is the retics, yeah. I used to have a big reticulated python when I was little. But I went through Horton and all that shit. I think it was Horton. Or was that Fresh? Yeah, that was when I went up to Horton. My mom got rid of my snake, Gilbert. He winded up in Small Worlds on 89th Street. It was a big reticulated python. But yeah, man. Anyway, it's something like that. I don't even know where I was going with that, man. I smoked weed. I'm just trying to pop off a video. But this one was a fun one, man. You know, yeah, man. I'll tell you, man. I love my friends, man. We hung out, man. We had such a great childhood, man. We had fun growing up, man. You know, we was out there, man. We was tough little bastards, man. Yeah, man. Those are the days I miss, man. That was the fun shit, man. Just hanging out all night, swimming in the pool. You know? Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, smoking angel dust, all that shit, man. After I got my face cut open, I never smoked angel dust again. Well, I did actually once with a few people up in Harlem. Once, and I thought that was probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I thought, come on, man, angel dust ain't like what you wear, Comatose, Eddie, fucking Purple Rain. Yeah, y'all ain't got no real dust anymore, you know? And I said, oh, woo! That shit knocked me. I was like, wow. Yeah, I was planted. I was like, you know, I forgot how to move, man. That's crazy shit. Yeah, that was about 8, 9 years ago, maybe. No, that was before my son was even born. Yeah, that was like 20 years ago. My son's going to be 20 in April. Yeah, that shit's like, wow. But yeah, it was strong shit, man. I was shocked. I was never a big dust head. I was never really a big dust head. But yeah, man, my friends, man, they were cool, man. You know, we never had to worry about all this telling on each other shit like what goes on in the world nowadays, man. Well, that was the last thing on our minds, man. Shit's crazy. I tell you, those, man, I look back at it, man. Yo, they had the proper fucking cloth, man. They had good caliber characters, man, yeah. All of us, man. We were all batshit crazy, man. Some people used to say it must have been the water or something. But yeah, man. Nah, man. I love my motherfucking people, man. Yeah, man. I love my childhood, and I love the people I hung out with, man. Good fucking times, man. And like I said, with this whole thing with BRAER, I mean, he's on Instagram now. I like his pictures. He likes mine. I mean, I swear, he was a child, man. He was literally, well, he had to be old enough to work in a love store. But yeah, he was so small and young, yeah. I mean, he's probably like 5 years younger than me or something like that. You figure I'm 53 now. Well, he's out there. I'm sure you guys are going to get in touch with BRAER and ask him if we ever pulled down on his ass like that. Like if this story ever happened. He'll tell you. He's got no reason not to. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like, these people were hardened criminals that came at that dude, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, when he got caught up there in that little cage, man, he was fucked, yo. Oh, yeah, man. He was doing the fucking save me shuffle, man. Yo, like, chill. And it was funny, too. Before they, you know, my man pulled out on him, he was popping mad shit. You know, because the big dude, yo. This dude's like 6'5", like 300 pounds, man. Big, powerful, fucking, but agile. Like I said, real quick and good with the hands, this dude I'm talking about. And he grabbed that cage and shook it. He was like, oh, fuck, man, that dude locked in there. You know, I was shaking that shit too, like, you motherfucker. And he like, yeah, you know, like, y'all got fucked up. Y'all can't fuck with me, you know. As he figured his store owner probably calling the cops any old way. This shit looked like some fucking strong-arm robbery going down or something. So he really thought he was a badass until my man pulled out on him. He was like, ooh. He didn't think of that shit. My man was like, ooh, where's he at? Yo, BRAER, man. Yo, that shit's fucking hilarious, yo. Come on, man. Yo, but that's what makes us, man. Yo, you know, he's alive. You know, no one got hurt or nothing like that. But yeah, man, that shit could have went south. But like I say, man, these people don't just pull out, man. You know, just Like, look, I got a gun on me. You know, they go, yeah, you pull out, you get shot straight up, man. That's funny shit, man. No disrespect. It's, you know, you're outnumbered, man, by men, like grown, huge fucking criminals, man. Ain't no disrespect in that one, BRAER, but yo, that was a good one. Hey, what's up? Alright, I'm going to try and put on a picture of like a gate that I'm talking about, that my man, he actually was sticking the barrel of the gun like this through the gate like this and trying to aim at the guy there. Yeah, I'll show you the kind of gate that I'm talking about. It's like a metal storeroom gate, you know. And most people from America or New York City, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You know? And yeah, that story with M.I. with the Aphrodite's head and the big Mercedes sign he had on his neck, man. He was in the neighborhood doing radios, car radios. One of my friends caught him. And those are, like I said, like we were hunting for those people. More so the older crew. Me, I ain't give a fuck, man. To each their own, you know. Ain't bothering me or anything. If the car, you know, if the car game gets fucked up, I'll move on to a different scheme, man. I ain't tied down to no one scheme, man. You know, I wear many hats. I got a lot of tricks up my sleeve, so to say, as far as it goes with making money. But yeah, boy, am I, but I remember that shit. I told him, he's like, yo, this, that. And I was like, I looked right at him and I looked at Slater and them. I was like, yo, do what you want, man. Just cut me in on that shit, you know. The kid was like, huh? But I didn't know him. He was using my name. It was, what do they call that, name dropping? Without knowing me. Like, he knew PK, and he figured, PK must have told him that, yeah, I met RD, man, this, that, maybe. But I doubt PK told him it was good to go, because, yo, them dudes were getting caught out there. Like, yeah, getting their radios robbed, a lot of them, man, a bunch of them dudes, man. Yeah, Drone, I remember, he was worried, he was hiding his radios in my clubhouse. Yeah, Drone, yeah, a bunch of people. But yeah, the older guys, they were hunting for them dudes, man. Yeah, it's crazy times, man. Alright, yo, take care, people. Look for the picture of the fence. It's just like a gate, you know.